talk to you for a few minutes about the ministry you're in. And many of you may look back at me and say, no, I'm not in ministry, I'm in banking. I'm not in ministry, I'm in real estate. No, I want to talk to you about the ministry that you are in. The need for you to be successful in your ministry is so vital because the ministry that you do will help us to build something that we can only build in certain ways. In the book of Jeremiah, you will discover, if you read the 29th chapter, at the time when the people of Israel had been taken captivity, they were living under Nebuchadnezzar's rule in Babylon, and it was not good. They were living under oppression, they were living as basically prisoners of war, and they were miserable. And under their oppression, some false prophets rose up and said, don't worry about it. You're not going to be here long. Don't put down any roots, don't buy anything, just rent from the people who are here. Just serve quietly and don't do anything to develop yourselves because you're not going to be here long. In fact, take the short route out. In fact, maybe a subprime mortgage would be right for you. Buy a house that you cannot afford with a no income declaration mortgage. Go ahead and have candy-colored eyes and buy $1 million house with a $10,000 income because we're going to take as much money as we can from you on your interest-only mortgage until you foreclose, and then we'll sell it to your brother or your sister or the rest of your family, thus extracting what little wealth you have while leaving you in a position of poverty. So Jeremiah said, here's what you do if you want to survive. He said, buy land and build houses. Right here. That's the first thing he tells them to do. Buy land and build a house. Then he says to them, once you build your house, plant a garden. Then he says, since you're going to be here, find a woman or a man you love, get married, and raise a family. Then build a community, Jeremiah tells them. And if you can do those four things over the course of these generations, by the time you leave, you will be wealthy. That's right. Your ministry is to tell people the truth. That's right. Amen. You're not going to get rich because you bought a starter home. That's right. You are not going to become a millionaire in real estate overnight with no money down. You cannot buy some late night course at 3 o'clock in the morning from someone who knows nothing about real estate for real, who is making their money selling you a program that does not actually exist. You must instead listen to the real prophets who are sitting among us, whose job it is to tell people who are struggling, if you really want to be successful, the first thing I can tell you is you may only be the start. The real wealth that you want to build may not actually accrue for you. But if you can start today, maybe 4 generations later, your family can be wealthy. So here's what I want to say to you. You all are in the ministry of trying to tell people, if you want to get yourself together, start by owning something that genuinely appreciates. Get yourself a piece of property. But that's not the whole of the ministry. But here's where the challenge comes. You can't just get a person in a house and then walk away. One of the reasons, Chief Hype, that some of our neighborhoods are so bad is because so many of our people don't own anything where they live. And if you don't own it, you don't have a vested interest in taking care of it. Part of your ministry is to tell people, I don't need you to just own it so you can rent it out, own it so you can make a few quick bucks and flip it. I need you to own it and then plant a garden, because if you want to change the community, you have to invest in the community. And you can't just own the house, you have to plant a garden. That's what home ownership brings, the responsibility not only of making your neighborhood beautiful to look at, but making it safe for your children to play in. And it's part of your job as you help us to find homes to instruct us that home ownership is much more than paying the mortgage. It is planting your garden. It is raising your family. And then you got to stay for a minute. You need to stay long enough for it to make sense to build a community. Build what you can afford. Build what you can pay for. Just get started. I want to suggest to you all that the real ministry of you as realtists and as experts and as those who work in real estate on all levels is not simply to close the next deal. Today, I am affirming your call to ministry. Whether you are a banker who establishes loans for those trying to buy houses, help people to get what they can afford and teach them how to manage their resources well so that they can not just get it, so that they can keep it.